Meet an extraordinary 14-year-old. We'll call him Nathan Jones. Like a lot of boys his age, he loves rocking out, cruising around the neighborhood, and all things sports.
This is actually my first football trophy. I played 3-4 seasons of football.
But Nathan isn't your typical teenage boy. Nathan, anatomically, is female, originally born a little girl named Natalie.
I always remember just being different. I always wanted to play with the boys. And from a young age, I was really adamant that I was a boy.
So adamant that at 4 years old, the preschooler declared, "I'm a boy." As a second grader, wrote notes in black crayon, "I am not a girl, I am a boy," and handing them out to classmates.
I've always felt like I've had a boy's brain. I always felt like I was trapped in this girl's body.
For years, parents Tammy and Jim assumed Natalie was just a tomboy.
We really fed into society's way of saying, what does a 4-year-old know?
Right.
You know?
At age 13, Natalie came out as transgender and asked to be called Nathan.
If someone were to wake up in the wrong body, they'd be freaking out.
He's now one of a growing number of brave transgender kids who are controversially transitioning, both socially and medically, all before adulthood.
This is something I'm going forward with.
When we first met them 4 years ago, they let our cameras document the transformational journey over several years.
5 years on testosterone will get a lot of the irreversible changes that he wants.
You should know Nathan's already experienced that ugly taste of violence, including a brutal beating to the genitals.
A group of boys weren't sure if he was a boy or a girl, and they decided if they kicked him that they would be able to find out.
People started thinking me as the weird kid and the different one. I got taunted in the halls.
He's now doing school online, but it's left him further depressed.
Now it just feels like I don't have anyone to talk to.
In the last 6 months, at least 6 transgender teens took their own lives, often because they felt unsupported by parents or peers. In fact, a staggering 41% of transgender youth will attempt suicide before age 25.
It just becomes a panic.
Dr. Melvin Belzer helps run the largest transgender youth clinic in the country.
You know, the percentages that, we have statistics on and how many were spat on and how many had to drop out of school are horrendous.
Basically what I wear, it's got like 3 layers of spandex. I want my boobs gone.
He's already started on drugs that have suspended his period, essentially an early menopause.
Going through your period is something that's hard for a girl, but for a guy, it's just completely embarrassing.
And he's gearing up to start the male hormone testosterone under the care of an endocrinologist.
The main thing that's going to happen is your ovaries are just going to totally shut down. They won't make estrogen anymore.
The testosterone will masculinize his body. He'll develop body hair, bigger muscles. Over time, his breasts will shrink.
You could see critics saying, don't mess with nature. What if he changes his mind?
Would you rather have a happy kid or would you rather have a dead kid?
So to you, the answer's clear.
Right.
So in addition to the hormones, they're going to court to legally change his name.
We'll grant this application for change of name.
And with those few simple words, a monumental change.
And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Nathan is now officially our son. He doesn't have to have his female name any longer.
It's just phenomenal, and I'm going to remember this day as one of the greatest days of my life.
We just want him to be happy. And if this makes him happy, then I'm very happy for him.
Back at home, there's food, friends, laughter, and of course, cake.
It says, "It's a boy," and then my name, my new name.
Tammy's sending out a new birth announcement.
I just say help us in accepting and loving and welcoming our son. As of this date, she will no longer be she.
And soon enough, it's time for the first shot of testosterone.
Have that coursing through his veins is just what's going to be making him happy.
Tammy writes bro energy on Nathan's rear to cheer him on.
All right. Was it over?
Yeah, that's it.
Make no mistake, there are controversial, irreversible effects of testosterone, including potential infertility.
Because we don't really know what the impact of all these hormones are going to be.
There is some truth to that matter, except in medicine, we have to weigh the risks of doing nothing.
To celebrate, Nathan heads to the trans support group his mother helped him find. His buddies have made him testosterone-themed cupcakes. In 3 to 6 months, he'll see the physical effects, but to keep them over time, he'll have to take the hormone for the rest of his life.
Where do you see yourself in a year?
Just going into public school and people find out, they find out.
A year later, he's come to San Francisco for the next big step. His parents have made the bold decision to allow him, at age 16, to get a double mastectomy, what's known as top surgery.
My parents were sort of thinking, oh, well, you can have that when you're 18, and from there it sort of evolved over time to, yeah, okay, we need this now.
Dr. Michael Brownstein will perform that surgery.
I felt quite comfortable that this was appropriate for Nathan, and I think Nathan is going to be quite pleased.
You're nervous?
Kind of.
It's an expensive procedure, almost $10,000, not covered by insurance. The next morning, the surgery begins. Hours later, Nathan is in recovery.
Do you feel happy?
I'm just tired. There's a whole bunch of bandages inside there.
Will this complicated surgery so young be the right choice? A few months later, Nathan's flat chest is healing nicely.
It's been forever since I've been at a pool and felt comfortable being in a pool with my shirt off. It's just, I can't even describe the feeling.
It's amazing. We wanted him to be able to do things that kids do, and that's what he's doing now.
This 16-year-old boy is driving as well.
It says male on my driver's license. New name, new gender, new everything.
The next time we check in with Nathan, he's almost 18.
I'm comfortable with me.
A young adult, a self-confident young man.
This is the way I've always wanted to look, and this is the way I've always imagined myself being.
Since transitioning, he's returned to public school, and today he's graduating.
This is how I dreamed it would happen. I'm graduating as a boy, not as a girl like I was afraid of. I know if I had to live as a girl now, I would most likely be very depressed. Hopefully not, but I most likely would have tried to kill myself.
Did you ever think you would find this moment in time where you have this happy, well-adjusted son?
No. If we didn't transition, for sure, he would be a very angry person.
Nathan says he's forever grateful for his parents' support, but he surprised us, saying there was another voice in his head all along, the words of a second-grade counselor named Amy.
She said to me, there's other people like you and you're not alone. So I always thought that was the most profound piece of advice ever, and it kept me going from second grade on.
He'd long ago lost contact, but we thought, what if we could find her?
Oh. Hi.
Look at you. Oh my gosh. You can't believe how long I've waited for this day. It's like a dream that I wished for, and to see it come true is...
You look exactly how I remember.
It was a decade ago that Nathan, then Natalie, first met Amy, sent to her office after declaring, "I'm a boy," in the strongest way he knew, in those black crayon flyers he passed out in class.
This is as big a declaration as you could give in the second grade. I'm a boy. I'm not a girl.
Amy still has his file, the only file she kept in her 20-year career.
I couldn't do anything big, but I could be there every day when Natalie needed to talk.
Just thank you for everything. I don't want another kid to have to go through life thinking they're different or they're wrong. They need that one person that says, you're all right. That's what matters, is just having one person.
One person, or in Nathan's case, 3 caring adults who made all the difference for one transgendered child.
Oh.